All right. Okay. So, oh boy. Oh boy. EA Play 2020. You guys saw that disaster, right? You guys, you guys witnessed that really great showing, that really short presentation where it showed like one interesting game, I guess. What was it called? Random in Time? I don't even remember. But it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I really want to make a video on how terrible that EA Play was, but that's not why we're here, folks. Hi, my name is NikoTheLegend, also known as the Well-Mannered Teenager and the Snowflake. And guys, we're talking about how Star Wars Squadrons is just the game we weren't asking for. No one was asking for a game like. Were you guys asking for a Star Wars game like this? I don't necessarily think so, unless you guys were, but I definitely didn't see anybody talking about it in my Twitter feed. Maybe I just wasn't visiting the Star Wars Twitter feed too much because it's, I don't know. Star Wars and I have a rough patch right now, but many of you understand why. So, Star Wars Squadrons, what is this game? Well, it's a space dogfight simulator game. Oh boy, how exciting. So you ever just want to get back in the cockpit of your favorite X-Wing or TIE Fighter and really relive those great memories and exciting moments we saw in the movies and the old games, arcade cabinets from way back in the day? You ready for it again? Oh, don't forget Rogue Squadron on the N64 and GameCube. Don't forget those awesome space dogfight battles in Battlefront 2, or just any Star Wars game that had dogfights in it. Well, good for you, and guess what? We're lucky enough to get a standalone game of just dogfighting. But don't worry, this is the most realistic approach to any Star Wars flying sim game we've ever gotten. Oh god, I can't do it, guys. I can't do it. Guys, I'm here to tell you how this is not the Star Wars game we were asking for. These are not the games we're looking for. Now, a lot of you might like this. A lot of you might. That's so contradictory in itself. A lot of you will like this. I can see people really digging this because there are people out there that really like flying simulator or simulator type games that are like true to the core. And look, it's cool to see that in a Star Wars fashion. I get that. Trust me. I always try to see the other side of things and put myself in your guys' shoes for people that do care. And there was some really cool stuff about it. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, you have your own squad. You get to play both dark side, light side. Well, you know what I mean. Empire, Rebels, whatever. Big difference. Someone's killing someone. You make your own main character, your own main pilot. Doesn't have to be a female. Doesn't have to be a male. It can be an alien and everything. It's pretty cool. Or, female, human. Doesn't have to be humans. It can be Twi'lek, Quarren. Like all kinds of stuff. I thought that was pretty neat too. That's the first time we'd ever seen that in a Star Wars game. When it comes to like a space simulator. Star Wars the Space Simulator. The flying sim. And it looks great. The graphics are they've been doing great with the graphic potential and the fidelity of, what it's capable of and how cool it can be. And this game pretty much took the show at the EA Play 2020 because they spent a lot of time discussing it, which was nice of them, but that pretty much took up all remaining spots of what we had, and the show ended pretty quickly afterwards. But we're not here to talk about that, of course. So, this is how I feel, guys. This is my opinion, of course. This is very subjective. This is just what I was hoping to see. Look, I'm just a guy that wants to... How do I say it? I'm ready for Knights of Republic 3, okay? That's where I'm at in life. Or Republic Commando 2... Or, I know there's not going to be a Fallen Order 2 trailer already because the game came out, kind of late last year. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling this game. It's just me as a gamer, right? This is the type of person I am. I don't care for, very lifelike simulator type games. And, I don't even like Minecraft. I don't like open sandbox games too much like Minecraft, Animal Crossing is, pushing it. And I don't mind Animal Crossing, but I can't spend hundreds of hours like some people can, like in Minecraft and stuff. And simulator games, the same thing, like Euro Truck, Farming Simulator, Plane Simulator. This is kind of like the same thing with spaceships with a storyline. And another thing I don't like about this is another game that's just adding more to the already congested slot of taking place right after Return of the Jedi. The Death Star's been destroyed. We already got a fucking game like that. It's called Battlefront 2 with its crappy, average, mediocre storyline. It takes place right after the Death Star is destroyed, which is what this game does. And that game had dogfights, it had space flight. I don't even care if it wasn't as in-depth, whatever. It doesn't matter. It had it in it. And Star Wars Battlefront 2's dogfights are really fun and cool and badass. So why are we getting just a game specifically for that when that itch has already been scratched? You know what I'm saying? I get it. This is its own standalone game. I think I would have liked this if this was a Rogue Squadron 4 game, because it looked like this game. Did it take place only in space, or really like if you're on a planet like high in the sky? Because at least in Rogue Squadron you get really close to the ground and stuff, and you're kind of exploring the land and a bunch of different planets and stuff. A lot of physical stuff. A lot of it. Rogue Squadron was kind of a grounded game. That's probably due to the fact of capabilities with the tech on the N64. But in the GameCube version of 2 and 3, you did both. And 3 actually had some segments where you go down corridors and shoot people. I remember that. I actually still have that game. Rebel Assault, that's what it was called. That was a cool game, though. I liked it. Anyway. It's just it's really neat to see how in depth, we get to see what it's like to be an X-Wing pilot or a TIE Fighter pilot and what it takes to actually fly these things. It will really give you an immersive experience like the original arcade cabinets for this X-Wing and TIE Fighter Star Wars games. Now it's just to an extreme. But is that what we wanted? Did you guys really want that? I sure as hell didn't want that. I wanted another swashbuckling Star Wars adventure or something where you go planet hopping, like in Fallen Order, or another Kyle Katarn platforming Jedi game or something like that, or Knights of the Old Republic, or we haven't seen it. I thought there was a Star Wars RTS game being made, or another, first-person shooter game like Republic Commando 2 would have been cool. But you know what I'm saying. I don't think this is the game that people were wanting for a Star Wars title. Now I'm glad that it kind of stands alone, but at the same time it doesn't, because the time it takes place in the game, in the era, I don't like how it's another follow-up to Return of the Jedi. These guys can't escape. They can't get out of the in-between of episode 3 and 4 and in between episode 6 and 7. They just can't get out of it. I don't get it, You guys can't do stuff back during the Great Hyperspace Wars, the Force Wars, the Sith Wars, the Mandalorian Wars. That's the stuff that people really like to see, because it hasn't been tapped into, besides with a couple games or a few games and a bunch of books. But not many of you guys have played those old games or read the 50 books that take place. It's nice to see a game to take place in that era to this day's standards. Or hell, Star Wars 1313 would have been a really sick game. They brought that game back to life. But I understand that these developers didn't want to do that. And the guy was sincere about why he wanted to make the game. I appreciate it. I don't remember his name, of course, because I'm rude. But I don't know. I just want to know mainly what was this the game you guys were looking for? Leave in the comments below on how you feel about Star Wars Squadrons. I just wasn't me. I love playing X-Wing type games. I love Rogue Squadron, and that was it. It was very on the surface and what you could do. But this is it's just kind of over the top and extra. Knowing which way to use your shields and stuff. It's or what perks to put on, or where you should be shooting, or do a barrel roll. When is that appropriate? It's when you should be using, do this and do that. It's kind of a lot of stuff to realize. I'm shit. Tom Cruise would even handle this kind of game, and he flies his own motherfucking planes in Top Gun. It's crazy. So. Yeah, I was just really hoping for another RPG Star Wars game, Knights of the Republic, or a different type of RPG game with its own flair, or another swashbuckling adventure. An RTS type of game would have been cool. But you know what? One thing's for sure, it's not another first-person shooter game that's coming from EA. It's a straight-up dogfight game, and that's cool. I don't mind that. But we got that in Battlefront 2. And this is just Battlefront 2's dogfights with extra steps, as Rick and Morty so well put. So anyway, guys, I don't know how you felt about this article. It's just, maybe I'm just coming up with stupid stuff to say, but I just want to hear what you guys have to say down below. If you did like what you saw, you're always welcome to follow me on the YouTube channel. Check me out on Twitch and Discord if you want to be a part of the community, and Twitter. Why not? And I've been your host, NikoTheLegend, and I'm signing out of this disaster that was EA Play 2020. That was bad. You guys thought it was bad, right? I'm